Happy Friday. Today is Friday, January 25th, 2019, and we've got some showers that are going to be here today, and they're really going to stick around for the next few days. We've got about 3 more days of just mostly partly cloudy, overcast, sort of rainy, and a little bit cooler than normal before we have a gradual warm up and back to sunny skies and our typical beautiful Florida Keys winter weather. So today we've got rain showers early with overcast skies coming on later in the day. A high today of only 68 degrees. Winds are from the north at 10 to 20 miles an hour, and the chance of rain stands at 80%. So it's definitely an indoor happy hour Friday kind of day. So hope you don't mind. And our humidity is going to be at 73% today. Overnight, cloudy with occasional showers. Late, low of 61. Winds from the north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles an hour, and a chance of rain drops to 50% overnight. Picks back up to 70% on Saturday, 100% on Sunday, and then 60% on Monday. So that's kind of what you're looking at. So not our best, not our most pristine weather at this point in time. Between the rain, the cold, and the wind, sort of the trifecta of stay home. But if you're looking at that data and you want to know what it is anyway, we do have rising atmospheric pressure, 30.03, rising to 30.15. Our UV index, I'm not exactly sure how it comes up as a 6 on the UV charts, but that's what it's showing. The water temperature around the Keys is right now 71 degrees. It may drop off a little bit. I haven't really ever seen it hit the 60s, but we'll see what happens. If we get another cold snap like this, it might change some of the temperatures we're looking at. Swells offshore today, they start about 3.5 feet and get up to almost 7 feet. So you definitely, with the high winds and rain and offshore, I'm sure we have a small craft advisory coming our way. So small craft, be warned. It's not the place for you to be today. We've got sunrise at 7:11 a.m. and sunset is at 6:08 p.m. Our first high tide will be at 12:32 a.m. and the next high tide will be at 1:19 p.m. The first low tide will be at 6:46 a.m. and the next low tide will be at 6:58 p.m. Overall, we have 10 hours and 57 minutes of daylight hours, not necessarily sunshine today that we will see, and our solar transit takes place at 12:39 p.m. Tidal coefficients dropping back down to a more moderate 75 today, and that basically means our lowest low tide is going to be about 0.7 feet below sea level, and our highest high tide isn't quite making it to 2 feet. So there's only about a foot difference between the lowest low tide and the highest high tide today. Solunar activity, the good news is when we have weather like this, it's great to know that you're not missing a high activity fish day offshore. If you had to give this day an overall fish scale ranking, it's a 1. But we've got major periods of activity that are 2 fish activity. And in the evening, whenever our opposing lunar transit also coincides with sunset, we have extra high activity from 4:56 to 6:56 p.m. Our minor periods, 10:44 to 11:44 a.m. and 11:09 p.m. to 12:09 a.m. are 1 fish activity. So not a lot that you're going to be taking the chance of missing by not being out on the water today, but just there'll be other times, and just know that there's better days coming and there's more fish activity coming on some other days. If you're trying to get out into the Gulf Stream, which not really something that I would recommend right now, it is pushing a little bit offshore in the early days of the weekend, and surface wind in the Gulf Stream is going to be coming in between 10 and 15 knots, and then our wave height out there is going to be 1 to 2 feet. So you'll definitely be experiencing some turbulence out there in the water, also depending on where the storms are, but 10 to 20 mile an hour winds are definitely going to kick up some stuff. So, it's not our best weather day, but man, if you have a winter day anywhere else in the world where the high is still 68 degrees and the low is 61, it is a pretty darn good winter. So we'll take the rain, we'll take the good, we'll take the bad, and know that no matter where you are, if you woke up in the beautiful Florida Keys this morning, you are one of the luckiest people in the world. And today is a perfect day to have a perfect day. This weather forecast is brought to you by 43 Keys Media. You can find out more about what's going on in our beautiful Florida Keys by visiting 43keys.com. You can also find this as well as other shows as an Alexa Flash Briefing. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and anywhere you listen to your podcast. So wherever you're listening, subscribe so you don't miss a show. And then we'll see you over at 43keys.com.